All right, David. So the only non-Lion stuff today. Let's get to this.
Well,
so much to break down.
I think you guys know where I have to start, okay?
Steelers, huge win against the Saints. Pickett, Heisman.
We got to start with the Vikings-Bills game. That was
I thought you were going to go Cowboys-Packers.
No. I'll give you a note for that. It's a quick note for that game. Packers lost. That's it. Matt LaFleur slept at Lambeau Field. They played Thursday. That's all we need to talk about with that game.
Packers win.
The Packers won. I'm sorry. Whatever.
Jesus.
Let's talk about the Vikings and the Bills. The craziest 2 minutes in real time I think I've ever seen outside of the Chiefs-Bills game. Okay? You have a Cook incomplete pass at the goal line. Then Cousins is stopped for the QB sneak on fourth down.
You had a Cook just flat out drop.
Well, he dropped the ball. Yes, he did drop the ball.
Mistakes were made.
And then Josh Allen, after they get the ball, then fumbles on his QB sneak attempt. Touchdown Vikings to take the lead. And then the Bills force overtime because the Vikings decide, I'm going to play prevent defense.
4 straight completions where the other team doesn't have a timeout and are getting chunks of yards on the sidelines. I'll never understand how it happens. Ever.
Crazy, crazy game. And we could talk about that finish, but it all got started because Justin Jefferson made an outstanding catch on 4th and 18, taking away an interception. Just talk about that game as a whole. There's a lot of stuff in it.
I mean, I think it's time to have some concern about the Bills. We've all treated them. I'm guilty. We've treated them like a spaceship and the number one. And guess what? Reset your GPS because the AFC now goes through Kansas City. They lost home field advantage.
Yeah.
They've lost a couple games in a row. You got the specter of Josh Allen's UCL injury. And by the way, this is a defense who allowed the Jets to go up and down the field on him and now allowed Minnesota to go up and down the field on him. And that was supposed to be what they fixed.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think maybe the pressure has just gotten to the Bills where they're the hunted. Everybody's going after them, and they're not looking like the Bills. Where the Chiefs are used to everybody getting everybody's best shot. The Bills couldn't handle it, and in that game, I think what epitomized it, David, was the fumble in the end zone. All you had to do was just get the snap. And
I've never seen it.
For a second, I was like, okay, well, did they take him out of the game? Is that the backup QB? Because, when you get the backup QB, sometimes the snap is mishandled.
Never seen it. Ever.
What is going on here?
Ever.
Like, all of a sudden, every Viking player's got their arm up in the air, and they're not saying safety, because I thought maybe it was a safety.
Same here.
And I'm like, wait, they're saying touchdown. What? Wow. Yeah, that one. But Vikings didn't really want the game because, then they played prevent and said, no, let's go to overtime.
By the way, the Bills, after Week 10, they are the AFC's 6th seed. 6th seed, not the number 1 seed.
Yeah, Miami's in first place in the East.
Yes, that's why I would have never thought that after 10 weeks. Let's talk about Jeff Saturday and the Colts for a second. Jeff Saturday and the Colts, he was in Bristol last Monday. Today, they are celebrating Victory Monday. He started Matt Ryan again, and they fought and they won. Rico, you talk about players fighting for their coach when they fought for Jeff Saturday. But then the other side of it is the Raiders. There's a lot going on with the Raiders here. You got players talking after the game. Devontae Adams saying, just don't have enough guys that are fully bought in. Derek Carr speaks after the game. But then something interesting here. Peter King wrote in his Football Morning in America column that Mark Davis inherited one thing from his father, impatience. Is it possible they fire Josh Daniels after 1 year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Their simple answer, yes. I think McDaniels could be a dead man, and I think Nate Hackett might follow suit. It's just what it is.
2 coaches in the same division.
And again, McDaniels might be a great coordinator, might be a great assistant. He's not a head coach.
That Patriot way, man. I could easily see them parting ways, David, because
it's been a total disaster.
You brought in Devontae Adams. This team was supposed to get better. They were a playoff team last year. You're supposed to take a step up, and right now, you just lost to a team that waved the white flag and told everybody in the NFL, we not only do we not care, we're not going to even try, and you still lost.
So you all brought up the Packers winning the game against the Dallas Cowboys.
What are you so dismissive for? They came back from 14 late.
Because this is what I don't want to happen. And I think it happened last week with the Buccaneers. I think they turned the corner because of that victory. Could this victory, and they found Christian Watson in the game, he looked okay, could they turn the corner from this victory?
So to what? Not losing every game?
Well, the NFC's wide open. They can still make a wild card.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think the NFC West is still, East, North is wide open because I think Minnesota's.
Right,
They
that's
have
on
the
lock.
division, but they can get a wild card
Tell
position
you what,
technically.
call me.
All of us can get in the wild card in the NFC.
Call me in a few weeks. Tell you what, why don't you take care of the Titans on a short week, Thursday night, and then we'll talk. You know what? The Lions won back-to-back games, and we're not even sure about them. Why the hell am I going to change it for the Pack? Go out and prove it. Go win a few games in a row.
Keep winning. Yeah, exactly. So Tua and the Miami Dolphins won again, and the fans chanted MVP. So just out of comparison, Josh Allen, 64.5% completion percentage. Over 2,700 yards passing. Tua, 71% completion percentage, over 2,200 passing yards.
Right.
His team is 7-1 with him, 7-3 overall. Should Tua be in the MVP discussion?
He could be in the discussion, but if you want to win it, they got to win the AFC East. They got to keep the Bills behind him. They got to win the AFC East. He has to finish the year with the flashy numbers.
Right.
Again, it'll probably be Mahomes because it's a popularity contest.
Probably.
But you can't deny what Tua's doing.
No, you can't. And I would also even say I would throw in Jalen Hurts in that as well.
I think, in my opinion, is leading the MVP. Right.
You know, this is like one of those, if this was a Heisman ceremony, he would at least be in the room. He's probably not going to win it. But, yeah, forgotten as Mahomes because we're so used to Mahomes doing this year in and year out that it's like, that's just any day that ends in Y. It's, that's what he does. But, yeah, I thought it was going to be Josh Allen. But after yesterday, I'm saying no. But Tua, stay healthy. That's it. Stay healthy, keep doing this, and, yeah, you got a legitimate shot at winning the MVP.
And I think I'm going to do this from now until the rest of the season every Monday or Tuesday after the games on Sunday. I want each of you to give a game ball from something that you saw from Sunday. It could be from Saturday if you want.
I'd love to give a game ball to Quinn Ewers and then throw him off a mountaintop. No, seriously, NFL game ball. You know what? I tell you what. If you want to keep it local, you'd give it to Hutchinson and Okudah double dip. Yes, there's a human side to it. Seeing Okudah playing good football, and I get it. Hutchinson's pressure is what initiated the pick six. Those are two of the guys they got to build this entire thing around.
What about that chase down? He didn't get to Fields, though.
No.
But the chase down is incredible coming off the injury.
That's it. So I if you want to keep it local, I would do that. You know what? How about a game ball for your guy? That's a nice win for the Steelers. That's a nice win for Kenny Pickett, who's had a rough go of it. I don't know. I'm feeling nice today.
You know what, David, I would give a game ball to the entire football team of Texas Christian University. We were doubted all week long. We were told that, you know what?
We?
Yeah, because I'm getting a sweatshirt out of this. So, yes, we. They took down the mighty Texas. Oh, don't worry. They'll lose. They'll get put out of the top four. They solidified their spot. They have a spot in the Big 12 championship game. So in my NFL game ball, I had to give it to a guy that I'm saying sell the stock on, Dan Campbell. You didn't screw up, Dan. You went out there and you looked like an NFL coach. You made smart decisions. You didn't outthink yourself. You didn't play video games. You had your team ready in outside conditions, away from Ford Field. You did everything that we've been asking you to do in a year and a half.
It's hard to argue. Also, by the way, it'll come up on the show tomorrow or Wednesday.
And TCU beat Texas.
I think Quinn Ewers is a cautionary tale for all this NIL money. As I said on Cash the Ticket, I've seen better footwork from Eddie Murphy in the opening scenes of Trading Places when he's rolling around the streets on a board. Quinn Ewers sucks. Cut your hair, give back the money, you're a bum.
Quinn Ewers, well, he tricked two teams. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Now that's
people talk about Tuck being the finesse king.
Right.
Man, Quinn Ewers is up on that throne.
Quinn Ewers or Graham Mertz.
We're good here. 97-1.